But yeah, One Piece chapter 1009. Here with the boy Toile.
Yo, yo,
What'd you think about the chapter?
bro, this was goat piece. Like this was the chapter. I ain't gonna hold you. These last couple chapters, like not even couple. Like I want to say since we hit the 1,000, I feel like all of them have been solid, good chapters. But this chapter is like this is like one of those chapters where like you try to convince people to read One Piece, and it's like yo, it's for shit like this, my nigga. Because this chapter was just all around. It was funny. It was hype. It was intense. Like you know what I'm saying? Like for people that's always complaining about there not being like danger or threat levels, having Zoro coughing up blood and like not being like confident in his like health situation right now, that is worrying. You know what I'm saying? His bandana getting blown off in the middle of the fucking shit is worrying. So this chapter was really fucking good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I agree. I felt like even though I liked a lot of the rooftop chapters, a lot of them just felt kind of off in terms of threat level. It just seemed like this isn't really a battle. The battle hasn't started yet. It's just here to showcase the supernovas. While right now it's like, yeah, Zoro dealing with a combined attack, Kaido kind of going hard. He's using that special hockey that Odin and not Odin, fucking Roger and Whitebeard used, and it just seems
Mm-hmm.
like everything's like a lot more real now. Like this feels like what it should feel like to battle Yonkos. You get me?
Facts. Facts. So you want to go step by step like we normally do?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Honestly, I want to start with this color page, and I know, like, I'm reading a lot into this, but the fact that it's nothing but straw hats, and Thomas holding the straw hat, it's like, nah,
Stop.
it's almost confirmed that like she's joining the crew, bro. And like, even the way Luffy's running, like he's trying to get the hat, but Sanji's pulling him back, like, nah, like let it rock. Like it's a great color page, and to me, this is like solidifying the fact that Tama is joining the crew.
I was about to make a fucked up ass joke, but fuck it, I'll still make it. Sanji's like, nah, let it rock. I just gotta wait 10 years. And then let it rock. She'll still be on the crew.
Yo,
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm done.
Let's move
Oh,
on. Let's move
yeah,
on.
let's move on.
So,
That was funny.
the Scabbards and Orochi. What do you think about
Uh,
this moment? Did you like it?
honestly, I thought it was like I didn't think it was gonna happen right here, right now. Like for some reason, I pictured like Kanjuro, Orochi, and the Scabbards all meeting up at Momonosuke at once, and Yamato kind of being like the interference, like you know what I'm saying, like being like the middle ground. Like she's not like even though she should be on Orochi's side, she's not. You know what I'm saying? But the Scabbards might not fully trust her because she's Kaido's daughter, type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of thought that like that whole dynamic would play in, but I don't think Orochi's dead, so there's that could happen in the future.
Yeah, I think it would be pretty troll if, he's fake death only to have like a really underwhelming, like super quick death like that. I'm pretty sure he's not dead either. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess like I don't really think you can make an argument for how this moment would be impactful. Like sure you could like try to say, okay, the fact that they're so concerned about Momo and Orochi is kind of a piece of shit. He didn't deserve like anything really, even being like having a big spotlight in this arc. So for him to
Mm-hmm.
get dealt with so quickly, it's like fitting, and it's like yeah, fitting of someone like trash like him. And that's kind of like the same sentiments that people generally had when Kaido took him out. And I
Nah.
can like I could see that for liking this moment. I didn't really care about it that much, but I don't think that in itself is enough to justify this being Orochi's last moment. I feel like he has to talk to Momo, maybe to Hiyori too, like something with more
Right.
substance.
See, for me, there's two things. There's one, Hiyori really wanted to kill him herself, and
That's true.
Momo's sword is the snake killer. Like in the legend, like
Also true.
Momo's sword is the sword that you find in the like in the legendary Orochi after you kill it. Like Momo's sword was supposed to be the one in its body. So I kind of feel like he either has to be killed by Momo or has to be killed with that sword. And the Orochi has 8 heads, and we've only seen 6 of them be cut off. Like Kaido cut off one, and then 5 get cut off in this chapter. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like we only see 5 heads.
I didn't even
So
count how many heads got cut off because I was just so confident in him not dying.
like in the panel that I'm counting, he only has one, two, three, four, five. Like yeah, there's 5 heads that are being cut off. And like I said, he started off with 8. Kaido cut one. that's 7. They cut 5, so there's at least 2 left, and those 2 could be for Momonosuke and or um Hiyori. At least my take on that.
No, yeah, I think it's a pretty good take. Pretty likely to happen. I guess
But what do
there's
you
also.
think of
Go ahead.
my fault, what do you think about the Raizo Fukurokuju shit? Like, are you
That's a
interested in that battle at
That's
all?
what I was about to bring up. Like I've seen other people bring it up. I think maybe Stebo was one of them. They're like, "Yo, I can't wait for Raizo versus Fukurokuju." And I'm like, "That's kind of just there." I mean, I guess it's
I
one
ain't
of
gonna
the
hold you,
lower
bro.
level matchups. It could
I'm
be
low
a
key
unique
hyped for
fight.
this shit.
You're low
I'm
key
lo-
hyped
I'm
for it.
I'm
Excuse
low
me.
key hyped for this, yeah, because for the longest time, right, I've always wanted to see Oda's take on a legit ninja. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that Oda and what's his name, Kishimoto, knowing that they're, you know what I'm saying, that they're decent friends or good friends enough that, like, you know what I'm saying, they'll dedicate color art to each other, like when one series is ending or whatever. I've always wanted to see Oda's take on ninjas, and we like haven't seen any of the ninjas like really fight, but we know that they use legit like ninjutsu. You know what I'm saying? Like the was it only Wabanchu or the Mimawari? They were shooting like air waves at like Zoro and shit from their hands. So it's like they do have ninja techniques, and these supposed to be the top 2 ninjas. So I actually want to see the ninjutsu and shit that they use. I hope it's not all gag. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I
No, I
am
feel
hyped.
you. I mean, with Raizo having a unique skill set in general, of course, there's potential for it. I'm not sure how much it will be shown. I guess since there's like been hints to it throughout the arc that it might get like at least a decent amount of screen time, maybe like half a chapter or something, if they're lucky. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's not something I really care about. I feel like it's more of like a troll thing, if anything. And like it's like one of those things where only someone like Steve would care about it. That's the only way. Like that's the way I viewed about it.
Wow.
I mean,
Like I
if it's
said,
cool,
yeah,
then yeah.
I'm just like I said, I hope it's not all gags. I hope it's actually like them using actual ninjutsu and shit. Like, or even if it's just fighting like ninjas with kunai and shit. Like, I do want to see that. But other than that, it's not like, oh, I want to see this more than like a straw hat fight or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Speaking of, speaking of, like
Speaking
let's
of,
just move on. Because
yeah,
the
let's
first
move
like
on to the real shit.
Kaido, let's try a combo attack. Like, like yo, why is that the first thing she goes to when we get back? Like, just we get back. Yo, let's try a combo attack.
Like
Like, this is
the
Marvel
level of
versus
casualness
Capcom.
that's like a fucking Madara with the meteors. Like, let's see if you can take 5. You
Yeah,
feel me?
yeah. Like, do you want the wood clones to use Susano or not? Like, yo, it's like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, that
But
was pretty
nah,
raw.
the way she's just like, nah. I wonder how many of the 5 will survive. It was like, I ain't gonna hold you. I did expect this to take out one of them for a minute. I didn't expect Zoro to just be that nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is different. Like, as much as I be, because you know me, bro. I'm a Zoro fanboy, but I be trying to temper that shit. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't temper that shit with this chapter. I really couldn't. Like, in this chapter, I'm like, oh yeah, nah, he would smoke Luffy right now. He would fuck Luffy up.
Man, we should have gotten a 12A live reaction to this shit. Would have been pretty lit.
Oh man, I was yo, bro. Because the funniest thing is, right? I had just woke up. You know what I'm saying? I had just woke up, brushed my teeth and shit. Cut on the TV, and first thing on YouTube was actually Brago's live reaction to it. So I'm watching that shit without even reading the chapter. I haven't read the chapter yet. I'm just watching him react to it. And then he gets to the Zoro part. He's like, no way. Zoro didn't just. And I'm like, what did my nigga do? Wait, what did my nigga do? Like he was like he was in such shock that I was like, I bet, hold on, let me pause the video. Went and read the chapter real quick, and I was like, oh shit, okay, that's yo, this nigga is different. Like, it's just like I understand people's agendas. Niggas want to downplay it in whichever way they can, but it like there's no way. Like, even at the lowest end of the spectrum, this is probably the greatest like defensive feat we've seen in One Piece.
Yeah, I
Like, you know
mean,
what I'm saying?
it's
Like,
pretty insane. If you for like example, like even if you put Yonko in Zoro's place before this chapter, people's perception would be like, okay, two Yonko's power versus one, obviously they're gonna get blown away. But however you want to word it, whether Zoro like lasted 1 second or 5, 10. Well, like first of all, let's get
Nah,
into
bro,
that
he
actually.
actually countered it. He actually countered it. Like if you look at the panel, right? If you look at the double page panel where they let off the ocean sovereignty. First of all, let's just listen. Let's just give credence to that name, my nigga. Ocean sovereignty. It's like nigga.
Dude,
Oh, they
the
it's going.
fucking the spoilers, it actually sounded even crazier. It was called something like Conquering the Sea. And the implication I would get from that is like this is them teaming up, like this is like the final move they have in mind. Like this is how we're gonna conquer the sea with motherfucking
Nigga,
conquering the sea.
bro, this is the pirate. This is the pirate equivalent of a Buster Call, my nigga. This one attack is the pirate equivalent of a. If they were on like level ground, my nigga, the island is destroyed. Or whatever part of the island they hit is destroyed, my nigga. It's only because we're in air and that, like you know what I'm saying, in the airwave or whatever it hit nothingness. Like it hit the top of the dome, but the rest of it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like if we were on land, like on solid ground, my nigga, the island is destroyed.
Yeah,
But
easily.
I want to talk about how Zoro actually countered this shockwave for a split second. He did. Because if you look at the panel where Kaido says what, if you look at the above panel, that's Zoro jumping in and countering it, right? And then if you look at the page below it where Law shambles him out of the way, and then like I'm saying, the rest of the impact can go, you see how much of that shockwave Zoro actually blocked and contained. So it's like, yes, Zoro stood there. He took damage from it. I'm not saying he like completely tanked it, but yes, Zoro stood there in front of two Yonko named attack and countered it with an unnamed just nigga, I'm here. I am Zoro. Like, what the fuck, my nigga? like what the actual fuck? Like, I'm like, at first I'm like, okay, he just blocked, like he just stood there and he withstood it. But no, if you really look at the panel, he jumps in the way. He says, "This is insane." Killer says we won't be able to dodge. Then the ocean sovereignty. Then the next page is him countering it. Kaido and Big Mama like, what? He's yelling at everybody to go, and then Law shambles him out. So yes, Zoro was able to stop the shockwave of two Yonkos combined, my nigga. Combined, and you telling me he can't fight Luffy? Like, get yo up, man.
Yeah, the way the shockwave is like traveling up after that shit is fucking crazy, and it's just insane how no matter what Zoro does, like people brought up a meme, like even if he kills Kaido, they're gonna be like, well, 5v1, like he didn't kill him by himself though. Like people always make up like the weirdest fucking excuses, like, but he's hurt after. Like, yes, motherfucker, he's hurt after. What do you expect? Like, this is such an insane feat.
Like they give all this credit to Akainu, like he was the only person to fight Whitebeard.
All right, here's the thing about the split second thing. Zoro says, all of you run, and then they say Zoro, and he's like, we can't let them wipe us out. They act like this is how it went. All of you run, Zoro, they can't let us wipe us out. Like, what the fuck? That's not how people talk. It was like, all of you, run, Zoro, we can't let them wipe us out. And then like, you know, like 5 more seconds or whatever passed by. Like, that was like 10 to 15 seconds.
Listen, even if he was yelling that shit as fast as he can, the time, like, listen, he was the first one to react. So the time before he even starts talking to them, he countered the fucking wave. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, this top right, this top left panel, after they let off the fucking sovereignty wave, the ocean, that shit is fire. After they let off this attack, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? The next panel is Zoro blocking the wave. Then them saying what? Then him saying, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? And then Law having the time to make a room and then shambles them the fuck out of there. So it's like, bruh, like I don't give a fuck if it was for 2 seconds, or if it was for 10 seconds, nigga. We have yet to see Luffy stand in front of a fucking Ikoku sovereignty and tank it or block it or not dodge it. You know what I'm saying? Luffy has always dodged those attacks. So the fact that Zoro said, nah, since we can't dodge, I'ma just big body this. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Yeah, like, he was like literally right next to them. In that time, like no one moved. And Killer literally said we won't be able to dodge. And I know people are gonna be like, well, Killer, he's just underestimating Luffy's speed, underestimating everyone's speed. Like, come on, bro.
We won't be able to dodge. Law has he can instantaneous teleport niggas and like Yo, and even Law saying like, my nigga, you wanna know how big of a feat this is? Kid, the motherfucker who literally shit talks the Zoro's own captain, actually said thank you and gave Zoro praise.
That is true. He
Like, come
fucking yeah,
on, my
the
nigga.
person with instantaneous teleport, he didn't dodge, didn't even come close to dodging it in time. And the person with future sight, he didn't react before Zoro did. Like
He
it's,
saw it, but he didn't react. Like he said, "Yo, this shit about to be big."
he fucking what was he doing? Like just standing there, like frozen in fear or some shit. I
Nah,
don't
I
even
mean he
know.
wasn't frozen in fear, but it was just like he literally says this shit is about to be big. They wind up, and then nigga that shit happened, and then Zoro was like, "Yo, this is fucking crazy." Killer's like, "We won't be able to dodge," and then Zoro's like, "All right, if dodging's not an option, I'm a big body two Yonko's attacks, my nigga. Come holler at me. I'm telling you. Not only does this confirm to me at least that Mihawk is of caliber of Yonko, but this also in terms of just like one-on-one strength. But this also confirms to me that Zoro was getting his ass beat during the 2 year time skip. Straight up, Mihawk was beating his ass to the point where Zoro is you just not fucking with this nigga if you are not on that level. Like real shit. Niggas ask why is Zoro so bored? Why is Zoro not taking any damage in the new world? Nigga, this is why.
Tell him.
You know, like this is why, my nigga. When you fight the world's greatest swordsman for 2 years and 2 years straight, the only thing you doing is getting better and getting your ass beat, nigga. That's the only two things happening.
Yeah, fucking insane, man. Like just think of Sanji for example. When Page One hit
No,
him
bro.
and
No, no, no.
he tried to kick Page One's hand, he couldn't even withstand his ground. He got sent flying. Zoro withstood his fucking ground. That's all I'm saying. Like fucking
No.
dual Yonko attack versus Page One. I mean, that's pretty big difference. Pretty big difference.
Yeah, big difference. Big difference. Zoro don't got a raid suit on that literally increases all of his durability. You can't. And another thing, bro, and I think this is honestly most important. You can't blame this on Indira. I mean, on Indira. You can't blame this on Enma. You know what I'm saying? You can't say, "Oh, Zoro tanked this because he had Enma." It's like, no, well, not tanked it, but you know what I'm saying. Like, you can't, like, no, this is straight up Zoro.
Yeah.
Like this is straight up Zoro, my nigga. You can't flip this any other way.
This pretty much
Oh,
dispels all the Enma's carrying him. This is straight up physical strength, blood and guts.
pretty much. Like pretty much. Like niggas always talk about Luffy and his willpower and constantly downplay Zoro's willpower. I do not understand it. Like Zoro wasn't the one that take Luffy's pain, take Luffy's damage, and stay conscious from it. While Luffy himself was knocked out, unconscious for hours. Zoro stayed awake and was lit. Like, yo, bro, the same damage that Rob Lucci, fucking arc before told us that any normal human would die from the damage and the stress that you're putting on your body using gear second and gear third. And people, yo, again, I be trying to temper this shit. I be trying not to go too hard on my nigga Zoro. But honestly, after this chapter, niggas can't tell me shit. A
They
Sanji fan could
literally
never
can't say
tell me
anything.
nothing. Like real talk, a Sanji fan could never tell me nothing right now. Like I need Sanji to do something other than be a bitch before you start telling me he's equal to Zoro. Like, oh my god, this shit crazy, my nigga.
And it's
And then
crazy
on
because
top of
when
that,
Zoro does something, it's like everyone wants to say everyone else can do it. Like they're like Marco can do this, Katakuri can do this, King can do this, Queen can do this. It's like, bro, like how are you just gonna give people all these feats based on nothing?
I mean, like your boy Druko, it's all of perception, my nigga. Perception, and what's his other? It's portrayal. There we go, portrayal. So it's all about portrayal, my nigga. If Zoro can do this and he's portrayed as Luffy's first mate, then all first mates on this level should be able to do something of the same. That you saying that's people's logic. It's not crazy logic, but it's flawed. You know what I'm saying? But it's not crazy to say.
Yeah, but at this point, like you have to be like severely reaching at straws to try to just group in Zoro as a normal first mate. Like if he's doing things that aren't of like normal first mate caliber, then you have to give him like that's portrayal in itself. You can't just like create this
Yeah.
headcanon where he ranks amongst other first mates and just stick with it no matter what happens and just keep elevating them. Just keep elevating them over and over and over again just to keep it running. Like it just
Well,
makes no sense.
this is crazy for so many reasons, bro. And I know we stuck on this part of the chapter, but this is crazy because again, It's two Yonkos working together to actively do this named attack. Zoro did no named attack. He just put his body there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, he had his swords. I'm not saying he just like fucking piccoloed it, but he didn't use a name attack. He didn't use, like, from what we see, my nigga, he just jumped and slashed, and he's withstanding, countering, blocking, however you want to, whatever fucking semantic word you want to use at this point. Again, this feat is more impressive than Luffy getting his ass beat for 11 hours by Katakuri.
Its magnitudes are more impressive. Like, so many levels, like 10, 20 levels above.
Like what happened to Sanji and Whole Cake? He got beat up by his brothers. Like in terms of durability, willpower, like, bro, I'm sorry, Zoro's on a whole nother level, even compared to Luffy. Like,
and here's the thing about this feat too. He didn't just like get slowly pushed back. He stopped that shit in its tracks. Like, this wasn't like the birdcage where like it was like pushing him back like ever so slightly, but like it was continuous. Like, he completely stopped that shit.
Nah. I'm gonna say like, when animated. Okay, so you see the panel after Kaido says what, like, where you can like see the air pressure colliding with his swords. I'm gonna say that's in the anime. They're gonna show it pushing Zoro back. Like, he's not gonna get sent flying. Like,
I mean, yeah, but the anime always does that shit.
No, because it's significant. Because I can't remember where I read this comment, but it was something like, yo, when Roger walked up, when Odin walked up on Roger sent that nigga flying with one hit. You know what I'm saying? Just hold this divine departure, nigga, get sent flying through fucking trees and shit. Zoro did not get sent flying from two Yonkos. And people are trying to downplay this. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like, when you get to this point, it's just, there's no point in even having these debates anymore. Like, nothing Zoro will do will ever change their mind.
And like, yo, you even see, like, when he's saying we can't let them wipe us out, right? You see behind him, nothing's being destroyed. It's everything to the sides of him, because Kid is literally standing right behind Zoro. And you know what I'm saying? Like from Kid's point of view, Zoro is protecting everything in front of him. It's the sides that are getting destroyed and are like caving in. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like a wave. Like, I guess that's why it's called ocean sovereignty. But still, my nigga, like, Zoro's more in getting enveloped by the blast than getting pushed back by the blast, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just, like, you can't expect him not to get enveloped by that shit. The shit is huge. But the fact that it didn't just blow him the fuck back, and he's like, oh, this nigga's the truth, son. Zoro's really the truth, my nigga. Because he gets back up and he's still fighting. He's like, yo, are you still with us? Yeah, barely. Like,
well, I have to, so I am. That's his logic.
In fact, and again, this speaks to what we were saying last, not last chapter, but the last time we was discussing, like his mentality about things. He's never gonna complain. He's never gonna say like, nah, I can't do this, or nigga, I'm hurt, I'm tired. It's like, nah, nigga, I'm gonna do this. There's no choice. We have to do this, so I'm gonna do this. So he's that nigga, son. Not bad. Your block brought us some time. It's like, bruh, it's like when you got Kid, again, someone who to this point has not acknowledged Luffy, you know what I'm saying, has not praised Luffy, has not given Luffy any credit for real. Well, except that one time when Law was telling him about Gear 4 running out. But, you know what I'm saying, the fact that this nigga Kid is giving praise, it's like, yo, come on, bro.
Yeah, but I think we talked enough about this moment. Yeah, probably went on for like 10, 15 minutes or some shit. But yeah, man, fucking awesome moment. Great fucking feat. I don't even know if this makes sense or not, but fuck it, I'm rocking with it. And like, this even surpassed my expectations. And I have huge expectations for Zoro, so that fucking says something. But yeah, next moment, fucking Luffy, Kaido dodges his red whatever. And the interesting thing about this is, like, why do you think Kaido wanted to dodge it? Because I don't think it's comparable to like Zoro's big attack when Big Mom told Kaido to dodge, because she was like sweating, she was screaming, like it was a much more intense moment. For like, he seems fairly casual here, but the fact that he still like wanted to dodge it either says to me that he just felt like dodging it because he wanted to counter. It doesn't really mean anything, or maybe it's because it actually would do like okay damage, and Luffy kind of hinted at that, which kind of adds more credence to it. and he
You
did
know,
name it like Red something. It was like the Red Rock variant. So is
it
that
was
saying
it
like
was
this is a
probably a
real?
red it was probably just gonna be a red hawk. But the funny thing is, right? He's not using hockey.
I don't
Like
know.
when Luke, because normally when Luffy winds up for the Red Hawk, he's like his armament hot. He's in gear second,
That
and
is
he's
true.
already using armament hockey. This wind up, the flame is there, and he's not using armament hockey.
But to
You
be
know what I'm
fair,
saying?
this is like a really small panel. Like most Red Rock moments are like a double page spread or like a big panel or something.
Yeah, but still, like, why would Oda not shade in the fist that he's clearly cocking back, clearly showing the fist? Like again, this is just the first time we've seen a red anything without actual hockey.
Yeah. So you think that means
With the
that it
flame.
didn't really mean anything for Kaido dodging?
I think Kaido's just taking it more seriously now.
Yeah, I can
Like
agree.
honestly, like you at a certain point, like yes, you believe in your strength, you're strong, but then at a certain point, you can't keep downplaying their strength. And honestly, after seeing his first like think about it from their perspective, this nigga's underling. So if even if you don't fully want to respect them on the level of Yonko, if your underling just fucking blocked our attack when Big Mom was literally placing bets on how many of them would die, and not only did Zoro live, but he kept everybody else from dying, it's like, okay, let me not take these kids lightly. Like Big Mom is still on that nigga, like, why y'all like throwing boulders and why y'all doing this? Like I'm Big Mom, but Kaido is taking them more seriously, especially Luffy.
Yeah, that definitely seemed to be the case, and it's more substantiated by his next attack with like the special hockey thing. I was just thinking if it was a Red Rock, it might have something to do with because like the first Red Rock we saw, it seemed like it damaged Kaido quite a bit, and then his other attacks like they did damage, but it didn't really have the same reaction. Kaido didn't have that stupid like teeth missing face, so
Mm-hmm.
like it brought about questions like, did that first attack was it just because Kaido was caught off guard and it didn't really do that much damage as we thought, or was that like a Rio attack and his other attacks for some reason aren't Rio attacks? It was kind of like a weird like I don't even know how to describe it. Like I would just automatically assume he uses Rio for all his attacks, but the fact that he was willing to dodge this one is like maybe like the red attacks are special, like another Red Rock. I don't
Yeah.
know.
You know what else it could be? It could be Kaido's fruit. Like when he's in his hybrid form, the instincts. Because you know, like in like animes where like they deal with dragons or people that have like dragon-like powers, they always have like heightened sense of smell, sight, and you know what I'm saying. Like their senses are always extra heightened. So it
Hmm.
could be that like in his hybrid form, Kaido's instincts are just way more tuned. So it's like he's dodging reflectively. He's not like it's not he's not even meaning to dodge, but in this form is just a byproduct of his hybrid dragon form. Is it like
It's a
his
good point.
like on some sage mode, like everything is just like the threat perception is just way elevated. So it's like it might not be future sight, but it's like on some spidey sense, and yeah, his body just instinctively does it. Because you can even see it kind of got him tight when Luffy was talking shit. He was like, "Yo, like why are you dodging?" And then like he grits his teeth, like, "Nigga, like you know what I'm saying? Like, now this little nigga could talk shit, but like it wasn't something he meant to do." And this,
Mm.
yo, I ain't gonna hold you. This three realms fucking Ragnarok, my nigga. This shit is. I know it's just him twirling the mace, but it just looks so clean. Like, it
The
just
the
looks
fucking panel before
so
that too,
good.
how he's like twirling around in his dragon form, like shape shifting and shit. I feel like that nimbleness and just like shape shifting ability is really cool.
Yeah, yeah. And I also like I didn't peep this in the last chapter, but his legs are like kind of like bent, like they're not like just straight up like human legs. They're kind of like bent over like dragon hoofs and shit. So I like this aesthetic. And then like you said, the way he moves in the air and shit, it's like I guess he can still fly, right? Because he can still produce flame clouds. So it's like he doesn't actually have to touch the ground like that. Yeah, that's fire. The way he's just like serpentining around this nigga, fucking hyper beams and shit. Like,
Yeah, definitely taking the shit more seriously. And the
did
fucking
Luffy?
hockey behind it too, like that's like I said, some Roger fucking Whitebeard shit.
Yeah,
So
did
the
Luffy?
fact that
Did Luffy?
Luffy could tank that, well, not tank it, but you know, endure it, like that's a pretty crazy feat as well. Definitely more impressive than Kid tanking the Big Mom punch, even though like you know he got squared right in the face.
Nah, I ain't gonna hold you. That was impressive. Remember, 5-year-old Big Mom was killing bears with a punch. So it's like this Big Mom is she should be killing these niggas one punch, real shit. But you know what I'm saying? They got willpower. They got spirit, my nigga. They got
Yeah, it was very impressive on Kid's part. I ain't even
yo
gonna hold you.
nah.
Like a lot of people were shitting on Kid. This is very impressive from Kid.
Yeah, it really is. But this box shit, like I like how he just whipped this shit up on the fly. Like like, and it would be even doper if like this box runs on the electricity that Zeus creates. So it's like as Zeus tries to get out, it just powers up this electric box, like this lock box.
I would just assume it's his devil fruit power, but I just like the teamwork in general.
Yeah,
Fucking
it was good.
a lot of times with Big Mom, it's like if you're actually trying to do damage to her or like overpower her head on, her portrayal remains intact. But if you're trying to do some wacky things to her, like Judo Flipper or like fuck with Zeus or Prometheus, it almost seems like she just stands there and like just doesn't react. And this moment, she at least was, just looking at Zeus and being like, what's happening? And then while that's happening, Killer and Zoro blitz her. So it doesn't feel as bad as like other moments. And it does give credence to Zoro, injured as fuck and is able to blitz, do a little more because that's what Zoro does. And this panel with Killer, when he's like fighting, what's his face, Napoleon, it's kind of funny to me because I know a lot of motherfuckers memed about Mihawk fighting Napoleon. They're like, Napoleon would beat Mihawk in a fight. And so just seeing someone actually like fighting Napoleon in a panel is just troll as fuck to me.
It is funny. Like at first, honestly, I didn't like at first. I thought he hit Big Mom with the same attack he hit Kaido with, because like you see like the little thunder shit. I thought that was coming out of Big Mom's chest, but it wasn't until the next page where it's like, oh no, she's on the floor and he's attacking the sword, and I was like, oh okay, so we're attacking the homies. We're not even attacking the big bitch. That's smart. That's actually really smart because they are pieces on the board. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't think to lock Zeus in a box. Like I didn't like that. Never once came into my like train of thought.
I don't
But
think
I
it came
did
into anyone's train of thought.
but I did see Zoro like just dicing up Prometheus, and yeah, he used the same move that he used to cut the Kraken, but just flames like it's a different technique. It's the same attack, but it's a flame slice technique. So it's like it cuts fire now.
Mm-hmm.
How many elements you think Zoro's gonna end up cutting by the end of this? Like by the end of the series, like because I kind of do think that's what makes Mihawk the greatest swordsman. It's like yeah, he can cut fire, he can cut lightning, he can cut diamond if he can cut anything. But like there's actual sword techniques to doing that shit, and he just knows them all.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. It's just a showmanship of like how good your swordsmanship is in general.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that really matters that much, but it's like if you're the best, you might as well be the best at this too.
Shit. Now, okay. Did Kid hockey up these pistols, these punk pistols, or is they just random spears that he just chucked at her? Because it's like, how durable is this bitch that she's scuffed up a little bit, but she's not like taking damage. You know what I'm saying? It's not like
Yeah, I don't know. I would say that he should hockey them up. It wouldn't make any sense not to. And invisible hockey is a thing, but the whole point was to bait her into attacking him. So
True.
maybe it was just a bait, and he didn't hockey them up. I don't know. Maybe he's saving his hockey. But that
it's
punch
cool
was
to
that
see.
punch was pretty nasty, and like the
Nah,
line too. You think beating them would allow you to beat me? Like, come on, young buck.
the punch was nasty, and she hit him with two of them. Like she hit him with two. Like
Did she hit him with two? I thought it was
I
only one.
because if I'm not mistaken, like the one oh no, yeah, it is. It's the same punch. Because
Yeah, I
was
think it's
looking
just
at it.
a continuation of the panel.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, she's just digging that shit in. That's even worse, bro. Like she's already punched you, and now she's just caving your shit into the ground.
It's like turning her fist back and forth as she's doing it.
I kind of would have preferred another punch. Like, but you know what this scene reminded me of? What was it? Endgame, not Endgame, Infinity War, when Bruce was in the Hulk Buster and he slapped the gauntlet on the big dude and he sent that nigga flying into the shield. Like I swear to God, when Kid said repel, I was like, yo, if they had something to blow her ass up with, this would be the perfect time. But they just hit her ass with a boulder. Like, learn
Yeah.
me something new. I'm sorry. Like I fucks with his ability. I fucks with him as a character. But him just throwing rocks at nigga is not doing it. It's not. Like I know it got the job done, but it's just not. It's not like he needs something else.
I've been saying he's been the least impressive, and that doesn't mean the least useful, but his only attack that did damage was his ultimate attack, and other than that, he hasn't really done anything in terms of damage. And yeah,
Yeah.
he's throwing rocks and shit. Like I just ain't gonna cut it. But I mean, it's working. Like he's being a good teammate.
Shit. Why do you think Zoro's coughing up blood, or like they're like highlighting that Zoro's coughing up blood at this moment?
I don't know. Maybe it's because it's like right after he did that attack, so it's like just him pushing himself. But if you actually notice, like people brought this up, it technically looks like a small little pupil there on his fucked up eye. Do you see that?
It looks like the wrinkle. Like I was watching another stream when niggas was talking about it, and I'm looking at it now, and it's kind of like, oh wow, no, I do see what
It's a
saying.
perfect circle with a perfect dot right in the middle of that circle.
No, I thought they were talking about the little like, it looked like kind of like a watermark above it, but no, I do see what they're saying.
It almost looks too perfectly drawn for it to be fucking on purpose, and it's just so small that it's like, but it looks like it.
His eyes.
What'd you say?
Yo, look. I said it looks like he's barely open because like now that you point out that tiny ass circle, I can't stop seeing it.
For
And
real.
it does look like not a full eye opening, but like an eye with like shading, like kind of like Law's eye, where like you see the pupil and then you see the line shading over it. It kind of looks like that now. But listen, I'm not one for the eye theories, like oh he's hiding some type of like eye power, but like I do think it's like a seal to his like demonic shit that like when he opens up this like his eye, he'll be unlocking his demon spirit.
Yeah, that's probably the best theory. It's like the most grounded one.
Yeah, because like when he used Ashura the first time, that specific eye glows red, and then he literally says demon spirit 9 sword style. So he's invoking something. He's invoking something deeper than just using one of those like demon attacks, like the bull and that one like fucking ghoul he used when he used the onigiri. So I mean, we haven't seen Ashura since the time skip, since fucking Shibodi Archipelago, I believe. So it's like, I mean, we about due for that shit, my niggas. Like,
Well, here's the thing, and I guess I kind of have to bring it back to that Zoro blocking moment because he didn't even use Ashura in that moment. And Ashura is such a massive power up that Kaku, he withstood like pretty much all of Zoro's strongest attacks except for 3,000 Worlds. He even withstood like the gorilla attack where Zoro massively increases his physical strength. And even then, he's like, this ultimate run Kaku, it's far above anything that you can output. Like, it's so far above that you stand zero chance of surviving it. And then Zoro's Ashura was so far above that it fucking low diffed it, like pretty much atomized it. So the difference between Ashura and base Zoro should be like heaven and earth. And if base Zoro could do this, like, oh my god, man. Like Ashura is gonna cut right through that attack. Like, is his attack and Ashura stronger than a dual Yonko attack? Like
that's why I believe that is the reason why Oda didn't do it. For that very reason, bro. You can't, cause like I ain't gonna hold you, right? I told you my pops like pays attention to One Piece. He might not like read it, but like he'll watch the anime and shit. So I was telling him about this scene, and he was like, "So what? Zoro cut the attack?" And I was like, "Look, now you talking craziness. Like you can't just cut a fucking dual Yonko attack. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's bro. Oh shit, bro. If Zoro were to actually cut this shit like he did Kaku shit, right? Use Ashura and then like turn that shit into mist, my nigga. I don't care if Zoro don't move an inch from that.
That's facts. That's facts.
It doesn't matter at that point. He's the strongest nigga on our side. He's stronger than Luffy. You know what I'm saying? Like there's Oda can't do that. Oda is very careful about how he portrays Zoro's strength to not be weaker than Sanji, but to also not outshine Luffy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
other than like arguably nothing happened.
Okay, nothing happened. Yeah, that was a Zoro moment. That was a Zoro moment, and Luffy was out of that arc the moment he was knocked unconscious. You know what I'm saying? Everything after that, everybody standing up to Kuma, like Luffy was a plot device for that. You know what I'm saying, for the rest of that arc, because everything revolved around protecting him. So yeah, aside from the nothing happened moment, it's like you're not going to get too many times where Zoro is definitively just better, looking better than Luffy.
But I think there's a very good chance Luffy gets Awakening or Gear 5 in this battle, so that's probably why it's being saved. So by the time like he actually pulls it out, then Luffy's already leveled up, so they're still like on a level playing field.
Yeah, that I mean, yeah, that could be really like yeah. If Luffy gets his awakening and then Zoro uses Ashura, it's like okay, yeah, Zoro was stronger than Luffy before his awakening, but now he got his awakening, so now Luffy's stronger again. Okay, I can
That's
see that.
insane,
Yeah,
bro. Just even thinking about that, that's so crazy.
I used to tell people that like base Zoro could fight Gear 4 of Luffy. Base base three sword style Zoro can fight Gear 4 of Luffy and not loot like you know and survive the time limit.
People used
This
to
is
say Kongun one shot Zoro.
nigga, not no more.
Not no more. That's a fact.
You can't say that. Like you can't say that. Like yo, there's not a single attack in One Piece right now that will fucking one shot Zoro. I'm sorry. There's no. You can't say that anymore.
And man, if Zoro and Ashura can actually cut through that attack, then and that's very like based on the scaling, that's very reasonable. Then oh my god, what Mihawk is gonna do? Holy shit, this man! I was like one of the biggest like Mihawk fucking supporters. I was saying like he's definitely Roger level. I'm like very confident in that, and even then maybe I've been sleeping on Mihawk, because this man is just oh my god.
Nigga, you said he's Roger level?
I think he's stronger than Roger.
Okay, see, you the type of niggas that people be talking about. Okay,
I am those type of niggas. Yes.
I see what niggas be saying now. My nigga stronger than Roger?
You think fucking Zoro's final fight isn't gonna be the top two swordsmen ever going at it?
I mean, yeah, but that don't mean he's stronger than Roger. Like, honestly, I don't think. I still have a hard time saying that Mihawk right now is stronger than Prime Rayleigh.
Whoa, why?
And again, Mihawk is my favorite character just because of how much hype there is around Rayleigh and him being Roger's first mate, the Dark King. Nick, like it's just like yo, Rayleigh's that dude, bro. I just fucks with Rayleigh too. So even though Mihawk is again my favorite character in all of One Piece, I can't definitively say yeah, Mihawk beats Rayleigh, let alone beats Roger. Like, bro.
Well, you can't say it for a fact, but he should be scaled to whatever end of series Zoro is going to be scaled. And at this point, like I feel like Zoro end of series is going to be relative to Luffy at least. Then everyone says Luffy and Roger are relative. If not, Luffy like surpasses him because of Shonen shit. So yeah, I mean that's what I see. I see Luffy like probably fighting Emu at the end, and it's going to be like two people stronger than Roger, and then after that, like Zoro's final fight Mihawk, and then two people stronger than Roger. The top two swordsmen of all time, just duking it out, see who's the best.
Yo, that's like wow, yeah, that's a wild take, bro, man. Stronger than Roger, like I'm gonna have to, cause like we don't have anything to suggest that right now, bro. Like,
well, I mean, everything Zoro does just gives more credence to how ridiculous he'll be end of series.
I was just about to say everything, cause that was literally about to be my point. Like everything that we have for Mihawk is literally just scaling up from Zoro. If Zoro can do this, Mihawk can do this, but exponentially easier or more effective. You know what I'm saying? Because given Zoro's own words, nigga, he still can't fuck with Mihawk. You know what I'm saying? And shit, if he still can't fuck with, I mean, but again, that was like at the beginning of the time skip. So it's like, if he can't fuck with Mihawk, but he's fucking with two Yonkos combined.
You're getting somewhere?
Nah, yeah, like Mihawk would definitely cut through this. I'm sorry, he would cut through this. But that still don't mean he's beating Roger, bro. That's wild. Like, nigga, like you gotta understand, Roger is like the goat of goats, my nigga. He's that nigga. He's that nigga's nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I don't know about Roger, but
yo, the One Piece version of that line, your favorite rapper's favorite rapper.
Pretty much, like, yo, nigga, he's your pirate king, my nigga. Like, come on.
No, I get you. I just think that's how great they'll be end of series. But yeah, let's not delve too much into that. What do you think about just Big Mom getting knocked off? Do you think she's gonna be back in the battle, or do you think it's gonna be like a drastic change to what we thought the battle was gonna be?
Um, okay. Part of me wants her to link up with the rest of her kids and just dip. Part of me just like part of me wants that because I'm like not to say that she hasn't been good on the roof. She's been very impressive and very menacing and shit. But like because I feel like this is not her arc to go down. I feel like the longer she's here, the more the arc gets dragged out. You know what I'm saying? Like as Kaido, it's like yeah, okay. Once we get these 5v1s going on, like the five of them versus Kaido, I can honestly see like obviously like the steps towards him getting defeated. I don't see Big Mom getting defeated, so anything but amnesia is cool with me, honestly.
Hey, she's gonna fucking fall in the water, somehow magically like appear on some island, and then she's gonna meet her kids, and she's gonna be amnesia time.
I seen one theory that was like she's gonna like because the last time we seen it like we were like above the land of Wano, like we weren't like really above ocean, even though depending on like where she fell, I don't know, because like there's still like river canals and shit, but like she could land in the flower capital and somehow find the poneglyph. Like I'm saying, like she falls, she hits the ground so hard that she gets to whatever like basement treasure room Kaido has the roll poneglyphs at, and she just like you know what I'm saying gets the information. And she's just like fuck it.
Mm. Well, I'd rather not delve into if she should be defeated here or if she should be an Elbaf. There's arguments for both, but if she does stay in the battle, do you think Kaido can just like summon up some wind or something and like
To
bring
pick
her
her
back?
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen people say he could just transform into a dragon, make a flame cloud, and pick her up. Like I mean, honestly, he could just make a flame cloud, and she could make a homie out of it and make another Zeus
Yeah.
or Prometheus, I guess, because it's a flame cloud. Wow, how would that work? Would it be both? Would it be a combination of Zeus and Prometheus since it's a flame cloud?
I would just assume it's just Prometheus, but if it was both, I'd be kind of crazy.
Like she, like I'm saying, like nigga, she could turn a homie and nigga, she turned a homie out of water. So fuck yeah, she could make a homie out of Kaido's flame cloud. And if it's the flame cloud, nigga, that's kind of crazy. Like, what if she makes the flame cloud eat Prometheus and Zeus? You know what I'm saying? Not like you say, like, okay, you niggas are so weak. I'm gonna just have this new homie eat you to gain power.
Y'all failed me
And
one too many times.
yeah, I mean, yo, if you think about it, my nigga, Zeus actually betrayed her, and like you know, he left her for Nami or whatever, and then like Prometheus is just he used to be uncuttable, but then after them niggas met Brook, he just been getting cut every other fucking chapter like he's in. Like no bullshit. Like when they were introduced, they were like these invincible homies. Nobody could affect them because they're soul power. But then, like I said, Brook cut them because he can manipulate soul power, and then Marco was able to affect Prometheus, and then now Zoro can cut Prometheus. I'm not sure. Like that's why I was asking. Like, can Zoro cut like lightning or cut, I guess like water, like a water cutting technique to like deal with Zeus? But it don't even matter. That nigga's in a box. Like, what's in the box?
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
I'm interested in seeing what's gonna happen next. I feel like the vibe of like just all around very seriousness is gonna keep going, and you know that's exciting. I want to see if maybe Luffy and Zoro they're kind of knocked out, or not knocked out, but they just can't keep going. They need a little break, and the other three Supernova maybe they have to hold it down for a bit. And since it's like 1v3, maybe you know that's more reasonable. That would be an interesting take. Get to see them shine some more because Luffy and Zoro have been doing the heavy lifting so far.
I was just about to say that. Like, we
Yeah.
only needed Law for fucking convenience and teleportation. I don't think we really needed, like, aside from the like the Big Mom shit and making the box, but like we really didn't need Killer and Kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, this really could have been Luffy, Law, and Zoro, and we would have been just as effective.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. Just give them some more shine, and then Luffy and Zoro can put in work after. That's fine with me. But yeah. Before I end this, I'm gonna say one more thing. For all the people saying Zoro isn't MVP of the roof, if it wasn't for him, Dark would be over. Everyone would be dead. So
Especially Luffy.
yeah, that's
Luffy would be dead at least 3 times now if it wasn't for Zoro.
Yeah,
Like,
that's all that needs to be said.
no,
I mean,
no,
anyone that
yeah.
wants to fucking debate that shit, like, they're gonna go into semantics, like, well, she said how many of them would die, not all of them, or it's like, well, Killer isn't
Nah,
right, and Zoro, even though he thought it would wipe them out, he wasn't right either. Like, all these semantics that they want to argue, like, it's fucking bullshit. It would have been
nigga,
over.
he saved them. He saved them from Kaido's tornadoes. Who do you think countered and fucking like destroy? Like Kaido really had 4 or 5 tornadoes going off at the same time on this roof, to the point where niggas was getting blown away. If Zoro didn't counter that with his own Tatsumaki, all of them get blown off the roof. And as far as I know, all of them are devil fruit users now. Because even though he ate a smile, he still ate a devil fruit. So Killer can't swim anymore. You know what I'm saying? So if any of them get knocked into the water, they're fucked. Zoro is the only. Yo, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Zoro's the only one that can swim out of the 5.
That is pretty crazy.
So
But
yeah, like Zoro's MVP, and
yeah, MVP for sure.
only a hater would ever say anything different.
Facts. Anyone that wants to fucking debate this shit, I mean, I don't even know if I want to debate this anymore because it's just so clear. We already won fucking months ago. We just out here eating. So
Yo,
yeah,
yo,
I'll
we
just
out
leave
here,
it at that. Peace out.
we out here lunching right now.